Oops. Sorry. I still have to get used to like unmuting myself. So I was talking to myself. But what I was saying was that I have a have a new setup. So I hope everything is working right. That's hilarious. But anyway, as I was saying, the new moon is or full moon is right around the corner. So I'm going to be doing kind of a mixed deck community review. It's something new I'm doing. So I'm going to be using the Moonology deck. Some of you guys already know about that deck. And then this is an oldie but goodie. This is the Spirit de la Lune deck. I don't know why I had a brain fart. So we're just going to do a community reflection on the week behind us, and yeah, let's just get started. So guys, make sure you put, and I'll just kind of put this up so you know. So just go ahead and put your question. So when I mean type Q and your question. So I guess this should really say Q plus your question. There we go. Let's do that. So that way it's less confusing. Hopefully it's less confusing. I know. I know. The mute button, man. You would think that after like almost 2 years almost come March of telework that I would not be slipping up with the mute button. But here I am slipping up. So let me make sure that I didn't miss any questions. I'm going to star some things before I get started into the community read. So, let me. Ooh, there are already such good questions now. All right. So we're going to start off with the Moonology deck, and I'm just going to get a nice shuffle. And before I get into you guys' questions, what I want you to focus on is the week behind. And then full moon is all about releasing energy. It could be all about coming into your power. So as I shuffle, think on those different topics from this past week. What are some things this week that you can release? I know I have a few things. Or what are some things or moments where you really felt you came into your own power? So let me just get both these decks shuffled up. All right. So let's pull, and I'm going to switch to my other view here. Let's pull a Moonology card. We got this, guys, whoever was here last week, we got this card last week. So we have some of that same energy following us from the week prior into this past week. And it says confidence is your key to success. So it seems like as a group, we still have some things that we need to be more confident about. And in fact, for myself, I know what that relates to. So for anybody that is really into astrology, this is new moon in Leo, this card. All right. Our next card we have is expect powerful change. So remember I said that this is a week behind us. So think on the things this past week where you think that maybe things are changing, hopefully for the better with this confidence is key to success card. This is the new moon in eclipse. So we're taking a lot of that new moon energy into, or we basically took that new moon energy from the prior week into this past week, which is good. It's all about manifestation and all of that. So yeah, guys, in the chat, just be patient and I will get to your question. We're just doing a collective to get the mojo flowing. And now let's see what the Spirit de la Lune has for us. We have Refine here. This is the waxing crescent. So as the moon is starting to grow and all of that, think on from this week behind, think of the things that perhaps need a little more refinement as we start focusing on the building confidence and hopefully manifesting some powerful changes happening. Let's do one more card and then we'll get started with the questions. Oh, I really like this. This is the wolf moon, which is the first moon. This is the first moon of the year. So this is very serendipitous and it is sharpen your instincts. So we have a lot of things that are happening that we need to do to work on success and everything else, but think on it in reflection of the week behind. So the moments that you felt like you needed to perhaps sharpen your instincts a little bit and things that you needed to refine. And I know the light's a little glary, but let's see if I can give that for you guys. That's good enough. So yeah, you guys comment below if that resonates with you. What are some things that you are hoping to see some powerful changes in? Things that you're manifesting? Have you been working on your confidence like the cards are saying? I'm going to go ahead and put those off to the side. All right. We have some questions. We have a lot of questions, and you guys seem really eager for Friday. So the first question I have up is Amaris. Will I start to date HM this year? Let's see. I think you need the Game of Thrones tarot. So let's shuffle that and see what is going to go on with you in HM this year. I really wanted to say H&M and then I stopped myself and then just said H. Ari, you've been working on building that confidence. I love to see it. I've seen your posts and I can really tell just you kind of coming into yourself a little more, and especially behind the camera. Nutrition. Oh, you had some powerful change. Oh, wow. This is great. That reading really hit home with you then. All right, Amaris, let's see what will happen with you and HM this year. Let's see. Oh, you have the star. Let's see what else we have. So just so you know, guys, in honor of the first full moon this year, I'm pulling 3 cards. Normally, I only pull 1 unless you tip, and then I will pull 3, and sometimes an oracle or a rune, whatever I'm feeling. One more card. Ooh, so I think things are going to be really successful between you guys. You're definitely going to start dating. And I think with that star card being the first one that we pulled, the star card, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, I got excited. You have the star, you have the 6 of spears or wands in reverse, and then you have the Ace of Cups. So it's interesting. So the star and the Ace of Cups really gives me the vibe that you will have some things percolating. The star is about think of like wishing on a star, where you're starting to manifest these things. So if you've been really putting good energy out towards HM, then yeah, I think he's going to start reciprocating that. And there's also an air of hope and like serenity. So there's a level of happiness that I see in this card, even though it looks really dark, like it looks like it's a sort of dark vibe card. It's more like, the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, but in a good way. And then let's hop over here with this Ace of Cups. So the cups are all about emotion, and aces are the beginning of a new journey. So you have high intuitive moon tarot. So you have a new journey beginning between you guys emotionally, which is obviously a yes to you guys dating. So let's see about this 6 of wands in reverse. That's where there's going to be a little bit of hump that you guys got to get over. So while you might be starting this new journey together, as with everything in life, right? It's not going to just be all stars and sunshine and rainbows and, happy chalices. You're going to have a little bit of trouble, but, as you guys are getting to know each other and stuff like that, you have to just remember to kind of leave your ego at the door, as with all new relationships. And if there's any doubt or if you're feeling neglect, something that is missing from this reading is any like air signs, any signs of communication. So make sure you stay communicative, right? So make sure you're always, when things aren't quite going right, make sure you're talking to each other. And I have to say, too, I don't see this being a really big, major, impactful thing because it's next to this cup here. And I see a lot more of this energy together between this star and the cup. This is a water element. This is fire, and they kind of like wipe each other out a little bit. So while some flames might be surfacing, this is really going to just muddle all of that. So I hope that resonates with you, and I wish you good luck. Yeah, Queen of Slayer, I'm still doing readings. Go ahead, put Q and your question, and I will add you to the queue. Excuse me. So, hi guys. I know I've missed a few people doing some readings. Hi Hope. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. And Queen, welcome back. Welcome back. So, all you have to do is put Q and your question. That way I won't miss it. And yeah, I'll get you at it. Oh, we have such good questions today. All right. So next up, we have Amma. Is it okay if I call you Amma? Will you be successful trading Forex? Let's see. Let's do the Prisma visions here, because this is all about your vision of the future, right? The vision of your success. Ooh, nice shuffle. I don't know if anybody else is weird like me, but when a card shuffles just like really well, it just feels so good. Okay, so you want to know if you'll be successful trading Forex. Let's see what we have. Ten of Wands. Oops. Let's get that back in there. It's interesting switching between decks because I have butterfingers, so like I have to like readjust, Good. Hope, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Annalie, sorry. Yeah, I got you. And nutrition. So let me actually read through. I'm going to pull your last card, Emma, and then I will read through the cue so people know. How interesting. We got that Six of Wands again. So after Amma, I have nutrition, Mr. Right, Tiff. Nutrition, you put 2 questions. So I just took what's next. What is next for me, okay? And then Hope, I have you. City? I hope I said your name right. Sorry, hon. I have you next, James, Queen, and then Anna Lee. All right. So you have here the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Wands in reverse, and then in the middle of all of that, the 3 of Chalices. So I think you're going to have success, but it's not gonna be easy. So we already I'm gonna go backwards just because we've sort of talked about this energy already, the 6 of Wands. So you're gonna definitely have perhaps you're going to go about it the wrong way at first. So I think you're going to have like a little bit of a misstep where like I call those like learning moments, right? So you're just going to have a moment where perhaps you don't start the right way or you just kind of go in a slightly wrong direction, but I don't think it's going to really be detrimental because you have this 3 of Cups here. So it leads me to believe that you're going to have someone or someone's helping you out a little bit. So you're going to either have some mentors or you're going to have peer groups, someone like that who is also going through this journey with you. And that's really going to take a lot of this burden off. So the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Wands is good in the sense that you are meeting your accomplishments or you're making accomplishments, but you're also experiencing a lot of burden and stress while doing it. And it's probably having to deal with this. So these cards are really in support of each other. And then wedged in the middle, you have this 3 of Chalices. So I mentioned before, Cups and Wands kind of like to muddle each other out a little bit. So what's actually happening is you're going to have a little bit of a hardship. You're going to feel your accomplishments, but you're going to be stressed about it. But this is really going to help level that out. It's really going to take a lot of the burdens off your shoulders. So if you find yourself either a good group or some mentors or something like that, I think that's really going to help alleviate the pressures of your journey. And I just really think this is so cool because if you look at this, these people are really in sync with each other. They're ballerinas, right? So find people that you just really sync well with and people that have like-minded goals, or like I said, if you're going more the mentor route, think more on someone who has journeyed the path that you're currently on. So yeah, that's you ultimately, yes, you'll be successful. You'll have a few hardships here, but you just have to find some good people to surround yourself with and journey along with. So I hope that resonates with you, and I wish you luck. All right, up next we have nutrition. Always feel funny like calling you nutrition. I'm going to use my I'll use my Everyday Witch Tarot for that. This is my newest deck and I've been loving it. So let's see what is next for you. Hopefully it's more of those big changes. Ooh, we have the Queen of Swords. You're so welcome, Amma. Thank you for the subscribe. And if you hang out, I will do a full moon reflection at the end of the video. And everybody, if you're enjoying the readings, give me a like, a subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm. So nutrition, we have the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and because I can't read, the 10 of Cups in reverse. This is interesting. You have a lot of high cards. So the Queen of Swords, though, here you are. It's so funny because this is a card about confidence, and the community read was about confidence is the key to success. So this Queen of Wands is really someone who is like, who has come into herself intellectually. She's confident and sure of herself, and you could just see how she is confidently holding up her sword, sitting so regally here. And then, but with a little bit of confidence, we always have that self-doubt, right? So we have this moment, this 9 of Swords moment here, where perhaps no matter the level of confidence, you still sort of worry about the future, right? You're worrying maybe you're not doing enough. What this card really is you are sabotaging your own confidence. It's like RuPaul always says, it's your inner saboteur. So that's what this is. You're anxious, you're worried. It could even be a bout of like depression if you suffer from that. So just remember, like, kind of look at these two together, right? So even though you might be going through this moment, this is always right around the corner. And then you have the 10 of Cups. uh, in reverse, which is really funny. It's a picnic of cats, and it's kind of like a personal goal of mine to do that. But in regards to this reading, I think perhaps what's going to add to this stress here, this stress in this middle card, will be this 10 of cups. um a lot of times it can be either relationship issues, either with yourself or with someone else. So perhaps it is, if you're struggling with another person relationship wise, it can cause this anxiety. Or if this is more of a, you are fighting with yourself, then you could just be out of alignment. And that can happen for a lot of reasons. So you just have to find ways to stay centered, push this negativity right here out, so you can keep relying on um this confident queen here. And just remember, like our community read, confidence is the key to success. So keep tapping into that energy, nutrition. All right. We are chugging along. I want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hope, I like that Hope is like listening to my shuffles. It's so funny. Um, City, I will save your question, but usually I don't take extra questions. So we'll see how much time we have at the end. So let's see. We have, okay, so we have Keith is up next, and then we have Tiffany, Hope, CT, James, Queen, and if we have time, oh, Annalie, I did not miss you, girl. And then City, if we have time, I can do another one for you. All right, let's see here. Personal boundaries is a good idea. I think that is a prime Game of Thrones deck question, don't you guys? Yeah, it's something about when you just feel that shuffle is right, you're like, oh, it's about to be a good mess. Not a good message, but it's about to be a message. Ari, did I miss you? I'm sorry. Go ahead and post it again for me. Sorry about that. Oh, so nutrition. I'm happy it was spot on. Sad you're going through that little like stressor, but I think you can get out of it because I think um you have like the tools you need. It's there. It's just a funk we all go through, right? So you just want to know, Keith, if readjusting your personal boundaries is a good idea. Anna, you have the same hat. It's so fun. I love it. Amanda, I'm sorry. Go ahead, put your questions in again. Yeah, sometimes Restream likes to glitch out and just not, send me stuff. Let's see here. Next card. Okay. You have an interesting spread already. Last card. All right. So we have the Five of Cups. Everything is upright too, which is interesting. I'm going to set this over here. We have the Five of Cups, Queen of Coins, and the Eight of Coins. So this card is deceptive, right? You see this person, like things are toppled over. The Five of Cups is usually about kind of feeling a little like despondent. I think that's the word. I went to school for numbers, so I'm not 100% sure, but you're kind of feeling dejected and stuff like that. But I think this is why you're perhaps feeling like it's not a good idea to readjust your personal boundaries. But then you have this Queen of Coins and this Eight of Coins. So I'm going to skip over just because sometimes I like to do this. So this Eight of Coins is about hard work. So I think that this is a sign that you should definitely go ahead and start to work on readjusting. But of course, when we're readjusting, you have to figure out what those new boundaries are, because readjusting doesn't mean getting rid of all of your boundaries. So you have to put in a lot of this hard work. And I think it's going to take a while. So make sure you're patient with yourself. But ultimately, I think the outcome is going to be really good. It's going to be really worth it, because this Queen of Pentacles is, if you look at her, she's like, if you watch the show, you kind of know what this is about, but she is solidly rooted in herself. She is confident. She has it all. She's holding this coin like it ain't nothing. Like she could toss it out the window and still have everything. So this person and the queens have this nurture about them as well. So I think you're going to, in readjusting, I think you're going to ultimately come into more of an alignment with yourself. And the cool thing about Pentacles, and especially the Queen of Pentacles, it's a card of security. So you're going to start to feel more secure. You're going to start to come into like that, like feeling prosperous, more so in terms of more like successful. I guess prosperous isn't really the word I'm looking for. But this card is like a warning, right? They're kind of separate a little bit here. Is you could easily decide that it's not worth it, right? But in doing that, you turn your back on some of these opportunities here. And I'm going to bring this a little closer, because you see the cups are all scattered around here, but we have two upright, but she's not facing them. She doesn't realize she has these opportunities that are still full, still available to her. So don't be too hasty. Pentacles are earth energy, really slow moving, but once you get going, you have nice foundations, you have nice roots. So just stick to it. That was a good reading. Okay, Amanda Ari, I got your question. So sorry about that. Let's see here. We have up Tiffany. Any message from your spirit guides? This sounds like a Prisma Visions question for sure. You guys, are you doing anything fun for the weekend? I live in an area we're gonna maybe get snow, so I'm not sure what all I will be able to get done, but yes, you got to take care of your inner Joffrey. That's so funny. Queen of Wands, I actually don't have a Q-bot anymore. So but I saw your question and oh no, I didn't. I have two queens in my queue. That's so cool. Just go ahead, put Q in your question, and I will jot you down. Work, resting. You're working on the weekend? Yeah, tomorrow will be fun, Keith. I guess I'll stop being antisocial and actually go eat ramen. We have about 10 people, including this question, Queen. All right, so let's see what messages we have from Tiffany Spirit Guides. Ooh, already Two of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. One more card. And the Moon. This is the first major arcana of the night. So I guess I'll start with the Moon. The Moon is about being sometimes disillusioned. You're kind of surrounded by illusion, and you kind of have to or and maybe not illusion, I should say maybe fears. And it's a good time. I feel like your guides are saying it's a good time to start tapping into your intuition, um, or your subconscious, or whatever kind of like work you do in that realm, because doing that will help alleviate those fears. Because the moon, I always like to say, the moon can provide light, but it also illuminates a lot of shadows, you know? So this moon card, I think, is like your core energy. So focus on your intuition, and we'll kind of get into this aspect of things, the with the pentacles. So here we have the two of pentacles. It's about balance, and you see that it's so cute, this kid sitting on a wall, balancing on a wall as he's tossing two coins up and down. So this is about balance, also being perceptive to change or the changes around you. So and remember, pentacles are a lot of earth energy, so these things are not going to happen quickly. They're just long lasting, perhaps lingering energy that's either been around or you're starting to tap into, but it will take a while to master. So if you've been working on trying to find balance, trying to feel like renewed, it might take a while to actually get there. And then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And I wonder if you've been feeling like you've been selfish lately, or you feel that you have been surrounded around selfishness and perhaps judgment, and just not so good energy, right? Because this card is normally upright, is about being generous and charitable. So in reverse, you're having a hard time feeling like that. And I think it has to do with this moon here. So if you're kind of feeling some fears and like worries and stuff like that with this moon card, you're not going to want to be generous and stuff. You're going to want to hold things as tight as you can to you. But this too makes me think that you're trying to break out of that. So I think your guides are saying ultimately be it's okay to have fears, but don't let it overpower everything that's happening. Don't let it change who you are. Don't let it keep you from being the generous and giving person that you are. So start to work on your intuition, and perhaps even do a little shadow work if you do that. I think you do. So and that'll help break through some of these boundaries you have right here, because this is at the forefront of your spread here. So I think this is something that you really want. You're something you're really wanting to achieve, but you've been in this state for a while, so it's hard to break out of that and into another. But your guides, or you, one of the two, are craving this energy right here. So I don't think your guides are too worried, but I think they are giving you sound advice to start perhaps working on removing this. So, as I always say, flip this energy upright. All right, we have hope that resonates. All right, we have up hope, and then Ari, Amanda, City, James, Queen, and I think the other queen was just uh thinking of a question. So hi Stephanie. Oh, it's okay. Typos. It's a Friday. Nobody cares about typos on a Friday. So hope you want to know if you will manifest your vision in the time frame that you desire. No, let's see. Hold on, let me scroll through. Yeah, Annalie, you are almost up. You have a few people ahead of you. Let's see. I think that is another Prisma Visions question. So let's see what we have. Will you manifest your life vision in the time frame you desire? We have Temperance in reverse. Let's pull the second card. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. One more. And the Page of Wands. So right off the bat, I see this Temperance in reverse and this, what is that? The Knight of Pentacles. So we have Temperance in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Page of Wands. So right off the bat with that Knight of Pentacles and Temperance in reverse, I worry that you have some roadblocks. So I actually want to start with that Knight of Pentacles right in the center of your reading. The Knight of Pentacles can be a sign of becoming careless and lazy. And so I mentioned before, Earth or Pentacles are Earth. And sometimes, I'm a Taurus, so I relate a lot to this. Sometimes you could just kind of get set in your ways and you end up not moving forward because of that. And which is something, this card is the card for sure that you want to flip this energy around, because knights are usually really ambitious. They're really go-getters. So you want to flip that energy, or at least don't let that energy hold you down for a long time. Because like I said, Earth can really linger with you for a while if you let it. And then here in Temperance, you're out of balance. And I think it has to do with this reverse Knight energy here, because in this state, perhaps you realize that you're supposed to be doing things that you're not doing, and it can end up frustrating you. And when that happens, it creates this cycle that is really hard to break, honestly. And you don't want to end up frustrating yourself to the point that you just give up, But we have here at the end the Page of Wands. So I see that you're really enthusiastic about this, your life vision. I mean, it's your life vision, so I would think you are, right? But the Page of Wands is also not even though it is fire energy and fire likes to move, it is quick moving energy. Pages are earth. So you have a lot of this like earth energy hunting you down. But what's funny is these are both earth and fire. So you're kind of battling the desire to be stagnant while also trying to push forward. So you need to make sure that pushing forward energy breaks through that stagnant energy. But the Page of Wands too are about exploring new things, being creative, perhaps even traveling to. So if your life vision includes traveling, this is a really good sign. So I don't want to say yes or no, but I say that, like, if you don't change this at the core of everything around, then it will probably be a no. It'll probably take longer than your intentions, like longer than you really want it to. Because I feel like once you flip this around, this will flip around and you'll be good to go. But good luck. Oh, it does. Oh, I love traveling. I miss traveling so much. Freaking Rona. Okay, so next we have Anna Lee. What does the future look like for me and Nicholas? Oh, okay. Let me go through the queue again. We're chugging through. Actually, I'm sorry, wrong one. I meant Amanda. So many A's in the queue today. So we have Amanda, CT, James, Queen, then Annalie, and then Stephanie. Sorry about that. What does this interview Friday hold for me? That is, you know what? I'm going to keep with the Everyday Witch for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Everyday Witch for this question, Amanda. And let's see. See what kind of energies we have surrounding this Friday interview. Friday interview for Amanda. Three of Swords. Let's pull. Ooh. Card number 2 is Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then third card. We have the Fool. I don't usually read jumpers, aka cards that pop out of the deck, but every once in a while I will, just because it kind of feels like the right thing to do. So we have the Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Guys, I can read, I promise. And then the Fool. So the Three of Swords definitely is generally not a good sign, but I think that perhaps just kind of looking at the whole thing, I think that you might be harder on yourself than you should be. And the reason I say that is because we have the Fool here. This is the card that just sort of wanted to get to you. This is the one that jumped out. And the Fool is about new beginnings and just a fresh start and starting new journeys. So while this card, the Three of Swords, is about disappointment and sort of just feeling a little heartbroken. So despite that, I think you actually perhaps will do a lot better than you think. I think you're just being hard on yourself. Perhaps you're going to feel like, oh, I didn't do as well as I should have, or I could have said something a little better. But perhaps, and actually, I'm going to rephrase this one because of this card. You have this Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is also a card of like loss almost. So these two combined make me think there's a little bit of turmoil that's going to be happening around this interview. But I feel like with the Fool here, there's something good that's going to come of it. I don't know if maybe the interview itself is not going to go well, but perhaps or maybe it's not going to go well for you, like from your perspective, but they're going to really see something really fresh and new with you. So you have a little bit of conflicting energy here. And in fact, let me pull one more card just because I don't generally take jumper cards. And I feel like there's a gap that needs to be bridged between that Four of so we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And it's funny because air and earth don't play well together. So that is where I'm seeing a lot of the turbulence that's happening. But the thing about this Five of Swords in reverse, it's a card about forgiveness and understanding. So maybe something is just not going to start off well with this interview. But whatever it is, I think that from their perspective, they're just going to understand like something for whatever reason isn't going to go well. Maybe the day just doesn't start off well. But they're going to understand, and I think they'll like you. So I think even though it's going to be a little bit of a rocky journey, I think ultimately it should end well. So I'm sorry, that was a little bit of a chaotic reading. There's a lot of chaotic energy happening. Um, but yeah, I wish you luck though. All right. Up next is Cece. Oh, I'm sorry. Almost to you, Cece. I realized I had not done some readings. We have another spirit guide one. So I think I'm going to keep with my witch tarot. And and I have a few new people in the chat. So, Barbara, go ahead, put your question in chat. Hi, Dana. How are you doing today? Amanda, I know you said yikes, but I think it'll be fine. I think it's just we are retrograding really hard right now. So I think that energy is just going to be a little chaotic for a little bit. Rinta, let's see. I have your question. And then Jelly, just go ahead, put your question in the chat. Amanda, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're carrying that chaotic energy from your toxic job. So with that in mind, actually, sorry, I had to take a drink. I think it's a warning to not take that energy into your interview. Whatever you do to like meditate, center, ground yourself, do that. Yeah, that explains a lot. Thank you for saying that, because in my head, I'm like looking at this, like, what in the world? So Jelly, do you just want a general finance and family relationship question, or just something specific? All right, Ari, let's get to your message. You've been waiting patiently. Hi, Lan. All right, Barbie, I have you. So I think I might have to close the queue soon, but we are good to go right now. So what messages do the spirit guides have for Ari in regards to her online community? Let's see what they think. We have that Queen of Swords again. You guys have a lot of similar energy between you guys. Six of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. James, no, you are 2 in the queue. You have 2 people ahead of you, not including this one. Oh, you just pulled the Queen of Swords for yourself. So we have Queen of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and then 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm going to start with this. This is the center of everything. So in your online community, you are being really generous. And I think if that's the vibe that you're going for, it's really showing. Your guides really just see you have put your heart and soul into this. You've given a piece of yourself to your community. And I think that it in turn is helping you find this like confidence in yourself. You've really just come into yourself and come into a nice rhythm in dealing with your community. But and perhaps before you were feeling a little like maybe, sort of not in your head, I would say like maybe it wasn't producing what you thought it was at first, but you're really starting to notice with this 5 in reverse here that there's just new opportunities that are popping up in this community. You have this plays really well with this sword, even though like earth and air sometimes don't play well together. In this case, you have like a renewed confidence. You've moved out of that world of feeling like a little poor and downtrodden is how I think of this card. So you've come out of that world and have really embraced the confidence, and it's really starting to reflect well in your community. So I think your guides are just really starting to see your hustle. They I don't think they have any advice for you. I think they see you on this path and just expect you to keep going down it, because it's a really good journey that is happening right here. And it's funny that you pulled the Queen of Swords for yourself. I feel like that happens a lot. I've pulled a lot of the same cards that you've pulled for yourself. Okay, CT, you have waited long enough. Let's see. General love. I'll stick with the Everyday Witch Tarot. So general reading, love reading for CT. City. Let's pull the first card here. Ooh, Ace of Cups. That is a good start. Second card. If you guys are enjoying these readings, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you feel so inclined to, you don't have to, but if you feel so inclined, feel free to send a little tip my way using the link in my description. Last card here. All right. So we have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So just in general, you have the Ace of Cups. So if you haven't already, you're opening yourself up to new things, new journeys. And perhaps if you've already done that, this is a sign that you are going to be starting something new with someone. The aces are all about new beginnings and new journeys, and especially with cups here, this water element, it's all about new emotional or relationship connections. Hi V, thanks for stopping by. You guys go check out V's channel. She does awesome tarot readings, pick a cards, everything. So City, that is a great start to your general love life here. But we do have some little hiccups, right? So we have this Four of Pentacles in reverse, and this is usually where you start to see some a little bit of greediness happening. So perhaps if you are looking for someone, you're looking for some of the wrong characteristics in people. Make sure you're not looking so surface level. You're not looking at like the things the person owns or wears, or like their job or anything like that. Make sure you keep with this connection, the emotional connection, because that's really what's going to create longevity. And then here we have the Five of, oh my goodness, I forgot. The Five of Swords in reverse. And again, the Five of Swords is about understanding and reunions, and there's a level of forgiveness in here. So perhaps if you do end up maybe kissing a few frogs, you learn to sort of forgive yourself, right? We all go through those cycles, and you have to also forgive yourself. There's As you are looking for things externally, this Ace of Cups is also a reminder, and paired with this Five of Swords in reverse, start new journeys or new connections and relationships within yourself as well. So while you're searching externally, search internally as well. So I hope that is exciting for you, because you do have some new journeys ahead. Warning not to be superficial in that journey, and just learn to forgive yourself if you do make a few missteps in that journey. Hi, Annalie. Let's see where you are in the queue. We have up James, Queen of Slayer, and then you, Annalie. And then we have Stephanie and Barbie. Oh, Stephanie, Rinta, and then Barbie. All righty. All right. I knew eventually the day would come that I would get a twin flame question. And I will caveat that I'm not a fan of twin flame questions. But I will go ahead and read. I'm just, I have opinions. So if that is uncomfortable for you in any way, we can always change the question around, but I will go ahead and do this. And you will be getting the Prisma Visions deck. So you want to know, is Patty J, your twin flame, and are you headed towards a committed romantic relationship? So we have the Two of Swords in reverse for the first card here. Did I forget you, Jelly? I'm sorry. Go ahead, put your question in the chat. I like how Material Girl makes me want to sing the song. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles showing back up, but upright this time. And then we have third card here is the Sun. There's a lot of interesting energy happening here. So let's start with the Sun card, because the Sun is really a really positive, and I like to start with the majors when I get them. So the Sun card is about positivity and successes, joys, all of that. So this is a sign that I think there will be some sort of relationship that happens between you guys, and especially with that Knight of Pentacles right in the middle of your reading. You have there's ambition around this. So if you guys are in a relationship, maybe you have to put some ambition between keeping those connections and making sure that it stays successful. If you guys aren't in a relationship, then someone needs to make a move. That's what this is saying. You need to basically light a fire under your butt and make a move. And then we have the Two of Swords here in reverse, and there is, with the Two of Swords, there's an air of conflict that is happening, and perhaps confusion. You just sort of a level of misdirection. So I think, it's hard for me to say whether she's your twin flame or not, but I think that between the tumultuous difference between the Two of Swords in reverse and the Sun, I would lean to yes, because twin flames tend to have that kind of energy where it could be very up and down, I guess. Hot and cold is the word I was looking for there. I think surrounding around these two things, right? You could go one way or the other in this, and it depends solely on whether you choose to accept this Knight of Pentacles energy, and whether you decide you're going to actually put any effort in. So if you don't, you're going to end up over here. If you do, you're going to end up over here. So, yeah, I think that perhaps this does seem like twin flame energy. I think you can be headed in a committed relationship, but it's not going to be without work. So what that means to me is right now you're in a path, especially with this two here. You're at a crossroad, and it'll depend what you do next on which path you end up going down. So I hope that helps. And I hope that resonates with what's going on with you. All right. Oh yeah, money and family. That's right. Queen of Slayer, you've been waiting patiently. You are up next. And then I have, okay, Annalie, I did your question. Sorry, I meant to take that out of the queue. And then I have Stephanie, Jelly, I will squeeze you in there, Renta, and then Barbie. All right, let's keep on chugging. Hi, Esha. Hi, Destiny. How are you doing? Yeah, totally. General reading. All right. So, Esha and Destiny, you guys will be my last reading of the night. And you're so welcome, James. Let me make sure I star the right thing. Okay. Playing around with new technology, guys. All right. Let's. Hi, Carm. Thanks for popping in. All right. Let's do. What does my future have for me this year? Let's go with some Game of Thrones energy. That actually isn't bad. This deck is really really mellow and gives good insight, I should say. What does the future have for me this year? First card. We have this queen again. This queen is, the queens are stalking us tonight. The Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Annalie, you are up next. All right. Second card is Five of Spears in reverse. And then third card, let's see. The World. Oh, okay, this is some interesting. You are in for a journey this year. Usually I start with the what is this? Major Arcana, but I'm actually going to just kind of go in order right now. So uh right here we have the Queen of Coins in reverse, and you are dealing with perhaps feeling a little out of balance. And I don't know if this is because someone has made you feel this way, or because you have been secluding yourself. So there could be a few things that are happening, and especially because we have this uh hold on one second. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I don't know why I had like a weird brain fart. So we have this Five of Spears in reverse, which is wands, equivalent to wands in this deck. And yeah, you have a lot of things that I think you will be trying to avoid. And I think you're trying to avoid like just perhaps conflicts, trying to sort of like stay out of the mix, but it's going to manifest in a way that um, impacts you poorly. It's going to really make you feel isolated, and it's going to start to invite some self doubt. And you're ultimately going to start evading things that you perhaps shouldn't. But the thing is, I think, it's hard for the whole year because you have to, with only three cards, but, and I feel like you're missing some gaps in between here, but ultimately you might have to deal with those things. You're still going to have a really good year overall. So I think this world is a sign that, yeah, you might feel this way, but a lot of it can be overcome. and you can really have a really great ending to your year. You can have really good achievements, all of that. Anything that you want, you just have to make sure not to let this energy suck you in. So, yeah, I really like that your spread ended with the world, especially starting with that queen in reverse and feeling so isolated. All right, Anna, you are up next. Thank you, hon, for waiting so patiently. What does the future look like for you and Nicholas? Okay. Ooh, that was weird shuffle there. Let's see. I'm going to stick with the Game of Thrones deck. And first card here, we have, this always throws me off, Hangman in reverse. Let's see what we have for the second card. A 10 of Cups in reverse. And then final card. Oops, there we go. We have the 4 of Cups upright. So I guess we are starting with that major arcana. You have the Hangman in reverse, which is usually upright. It's about release and like new perspectives, but in reverse, it seems like there's going to be some delays that happen with you guys. So if this was a year that you were hoping some big decisions were happening between you guys, there are going to be some delays. You're definitely going to have some indecision, whatever that is going to be delayed. And I think it has to do with this 10 of Cups in reverse, because I think that perhaps things may not go well in the relationship, and the so just a caveat, the future is not set in stone. So as I am telling you this, you always have the ability to change things around. But what I'm seeing in this is perhaps the relationship is not going down a path that you guys or you personally are not really wanting. And this 10 of Cups is about feeling neglected. There's a misalignment, an imbalance between you two. And um and ultimately, I think this might be it. I think this is the core of what's happening, even though it's not the center. Like, this is going to feel like the center of your world here, but this is really it. This card is about being like apathetic, and you don't want to take the things that are being handed to you. So there is, and something that is missing in this is um communication. And I always say this in relationship readings, right? You have to communicate. So you are not getting what you need out of the relationship. And that could be turned around easily if you guys talk to each other, or therapy, or whatever. And this is really going to be what leads you to this energy here. It's a little backwards because of how we process emotions and stuff like that. So I think that if you can work through this 4 of Cups, making sure that you're both giving and receiving what the other needs, then you can definitely turn this energy around. This 10 of Cups upright is a really good relationship card. It's about family um, and happiness and all of that. So yeah, you really need to work through that. Oh no, so you okay, you totally feel it already. Good. I don't like I don't like giving like bad news when people are like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." So, yeah, if that's the case, I think this 4 here, totally just, work on that. This is what you need to work on. And this card makes me think of like love languages. So perhaps you guys are not speaking the same language. You're not speaking each other's language. Make sure I did not miss. Carm, thank you. I'm glad you like my setup. Thanks for stopping by. So, Stephanie Green, we have you up next. Then Renta, Barbie, Jelly, Destiny, and Esha. And we'll be kicking it off for the night with Esha, or finishing for the night with Esha. All right. Stephanie, you want to know what Salas wants from you? You think he's stalking you? I'm going to stick with Game of Thrones for that. I hope he's not stalking you. I hope you don't have a stalker. Hey, Lovity, I am already a little over, but you are always welcome. So go ahead, put your question in, Lovity, and I'll finish off with two of my favorites tonight. Not that anybody else is not a favorite. You guys are all awesome. Let's see, what does Salas want from Stephanie? Ooh. Judgment. Oh man, through fake accounts. People have too much time on their hands, man. I tell you. Second card. Two of Cups. Let's see what this last card is. All right, what do we have? The Empress. So yeah, if you are not wanting this person, then yes, this is not positive, because were you guys in a relationship before? Because I see a lot of like stagnant emotional energy. So the Two of Cups is one of the most accepted to be the most like relationship-esque card. So I feel like he still sees you guys in a relationship, or still sees that connection to you, and he still reveres you as this Empress, which and the Empress is a card of like confidence, but it's really high femininity, and someone who is seen as the Empress is usually someone who they're seen as being nurturing and motherly and stuff like that. So but then we have this Judgment card. This Judgment to me is what a lot of people see the Tower to be. Judgment worries me because the Judgment card is about almost like giving people what you think they deserve. So if this person doesn't have your best interest in mind, but still feels a connection to you, then yeah, this explains why I kind of do think I think your intuition is spot on. I mean, he's watching you, right? I mean, to still see you as this person, he still has to have some visibility into you. And, or at least he's thinking very heavily about you. But this Judgment card, I don't think that it is good, but I don't think it's not malicious either. I think he just likes you, but you guys are obviously just not on the same page. Um, yeah. It, so I will say too with this, like especially if we like look at him being able to get out of this mode, this can turn into something positive. But to be honest, I would say trust your intuition. And I feel like you're totally spot on. You didn't even need me for this because if he's not willing to change this energy, then this is not going to follow in the positive way that it looks, if that makes sense. So, and Lovely, yes, please go ahead, put your question in. So, yeah, I think you should totally trust your intuition. You're spot on with all of this, and it sounds like you know exactly what it is that what it is that's going on. So I hope that he's not stalking you and it's just more so thinking about you a lot, because that's mm, that's not cool, you know. All right, Renta. So we have Renta, Barbie, Jelly, Destiny, Esha, and Lovity. Let's see. This is a good Prisma Visions question. So you want to know what your beloved's family thought when he told them that he was going to marry you. Let's see. What did the family think? Let's see what our first card is. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, almost dropped that. Let's see what our second card is. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. Last card here. Ten of Wands in reverse. So I'm going to scoot that over. All right. Everything is in reverse. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the I think I said Five of Wands, but this is Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. I got the Two of Pentacles earlier, actually, but upright. So in this regard, let's see. We have I think ultimately, I don't think they were happy about it. Like, so I'll just kind of get that out of the way and then explain a little bit more. So, here we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and I this is like a sign of, or this card is about being irresponsible and neglectful. So I feel like the family just did not take this well. They felt like he was being irresponsible, and perhaps they, I mean, would even go as far to say felt like he was being neglectful of their feelings on the situation, which to me is like, I won't put my opinion on that. But in the middle of everything here, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. And I think that ultimately they're feeling this way, this Two of Pentacles in reverse, because they're judging you. They obviously um, have strong opinions about it. And I think the idea of him marrying you overwhelms them. And not with like good feelings. And there's also an element of feeling like they are powerless too. So perhaps they feel like they are losing him to you. And here, the Ten of Wands in reverse, one of the things that this card can represent is being immature. So I think overall, they were just being very immature about the whole thing. They made it about them instead of it being about the union between you and him. And so yeah, like I said, ultimately, they were not happy about it. They're being really immature. So, um, yeah, so they more or less didn't respond well. They were immature. They made it all about themselves. And I think the family is overwhelmed. So I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry if that is what you're also experiencing, but hopefully with time or patience that turns around. Cause I know that is never a pleasant spot to be in the middle of, like your fiance and his family. All right, up next we have Barbie. So you work with a guy named Peanut, and you want to know what his work intentions are towards you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to stick with Prisma Visions actually with this one. So, Peanut's work intentions towards Barbie. Let's see what our first card is. Page of Cups or Chalices. Stephanie, you are so welcome. And Lovity, I got your question in. Second, we have the King of Wands in reverse. And let's see what our final card is. Five of Cups. So this is interesting. You have a lot of, so you have cup energy happening, this water energy, and in the middle you have the fire energy. So the Page of Cups is, and they kind of contradict each other. So I don't know that this person has any actual intentions towards you, but perhaps this is how he perceives you. All right, excuse me. Have to refresh the palette. So the Page of Cups, this is a person who is really, actually, I'm kind of starting to see this a little differently. I feel like this is you, this is the coworker, and this is the energy between you. So I kind of spoke a little too soon. So this Page of Cups, I think he sees you as someone who is confident, you're eager, you're happy. So at work, perhaps, you're like, not maybe the new guy on the block, but you're really, you're really like the energetic person that enjoys their work and enjoys the stuff that you're doing. But then you have this King of Wands in reverse energy, which I think might be him. And the King of Wands is someone who is really impatient. They can be impulsive. They can even be like ruthless. So I think this is like that type of person. Hey, welcome back, Barbie. Just in time for your reading. So this is the type of person I think is he is the type of person who would step on other people to get ahead. And I think that he sees you as an easy target to do that. So, like, if you guys ever work projects together or anything like that, I feel like he thinks he can easily take the credit or take like the majority of the credit or just piggyback off of that. Because then we have this Five of Cups in not in reverse, Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is about feeling like you failed or lost something. And I wonder if having to deal with this person will make you lose the love of your job or the love of what you're doing at work. And I think you got to watch out for this person. He definitely does not have your best interest in mind, and in fact is willing to step over you if it means he can get ahead. So definitely keep an eye out for that person. Make sure that you take notes on everything. You keep records of everything. Yeah, you're so welcome. And I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm looking a little too far into it. But yeah, be careful. All right, guess who's up? Jelly. So I'm just gonna do like a general reading for you on family and money because I'm not quite sure what it is you're looking for. Hi guys, so Andrea, everyone, my queue is closed. You're more than welcome to stay and listen to the wrap up for our like reflection, but what we can take into the weekend, or the energy we can take into the weekend. General it is. Let's get some general energy in here. Barbie, yes, that was yours. So if you oh, you're not on YouTube, but yeah, you should be able to go back and listen to it. Let's see what we have. First card is the Two of Cups. Let's see what the next card is. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So Barbie, and then the Four of Cups. You have all cups here. But before I go into that, Barbie, basically the rundown was that the person is perhaps not looking out for you at work. He probably would step over you if he could, if it meant him getting a promotion or just getting ahead in one way or another. And it could really basically affect your work, how your work environment, and it would make you feel basically feel like you've lost like control and make you unhappy at work. Okay, so Jello, I see I don't see any money in this. So just because of the way that I did the reading, I'm going to just read what I see, but it's a lot about like your family and relationship. So like for example here, we have the Two of Cups, and I think in terms of your like relationship with your family, I think this is what this is. And that must mean that this is something that is at the forefront of your mind versus, even though you asked me about money, I wonder if that weighs more heavily. The family side of things is weighing more heavily than the money side of things right now, because I feel that there's going to be a little bit of a journey that's happening. Like you're gonna have some like really good connections that you make with some family members, but there's gonna be a little bit of a hiccup here with this Ace of Cups. And maybe you guys are not the type to share your emotions. And then this energy being at the center of things is really like splitting this up into two paths that you can go down, right? So if you don't connect well with your family and you're trying to work on that, you can definitely flip this energy around and end up with this, right? But then the other path you have here is this Four of Cups. And this Four of Cups can breed resentment. You hate them? Oh no. Well, that explains this Four of Cups. So this Four of Cups can, like I said, breed resentment. You're basically just not happy or apathetic about your family, and that's really the other path that this can go down. I don't know if you and maybe perhaps there's some reconciliation that can happen, but if you're not open to it, like if you stay in this Ace of Cups in reverse zone, then you're really just going to continue down this path, which I think you're already on based off of what you've been saying. And um maybe someone is going to reach out to you and kind of start to help you see things in a new perspective. I don't know, I never really advocate for people to reconnect with toxic people. So if it's not that kind of scenario, and maybe after some time to reflect and do whatever, because the 4 of Cups also suggests taking a moment to meditate. So this is a card that is saying that, okay, yeah, you're resentful, but you really need to take some time, meditate, reflect on the situation, and see if that's really the situation that you want to be in. And yeah, this 2 of Cups stands out so much to me, and especially it being the first card in your spread here. I think that for just in general for the year, I kind of generalized in my head for the year. Just in general for the year, perhaps there are going to be moments that you really do end up reflecting on and kind of start to change this around. But again, like I said, I never recommend, I don't advocate people try to better toxic situations. So if that's what it is, then you can make your own family. All right, Destiny, we have you up next. So, again, guys, if you enjoyed your reading, give me a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch, give me a follow. We have Destiny, Esha, and then Levity, and then we are done for the night. Went super long tonight. Yeah, so Jello, thanks for being patient, by the way. Yeah, Destiny, let's do a general reading for you. You're welcome, Jelly. Oh my God. All right, let's get some general energy going. Yeah. There we go. Good shuffle. I'm sure you guys could hear the cards just like splattering all over the place. So we'll be doing some Game of Thrones energy here. Hi B. I don't know what to. Hey Jim. Second card here. We have been getting a lot of 5 of Coins energy, both upright and reverse lately. My cue is closed, hon. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, everything is in reverse. So usually I start off with like the majors, but I'm gonna just go in order because I feel like, or I'm gonna go in the edges and then pop back to this one. So here you have the Ten of Swords in reverse. And even though the spread is all reverse, I think that, you know what? I am going to start with this. I think that it's mostly positive, right? Jen, thank you. I appreciate it. My little lights died though. So here with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you've come into a period of a little bit of bad luck, and perhaps things are feeling really chaotic right now, and just like just sort of feeling really down on your luck right now, right? But the thing about the Wheel of Fortune that I love is that it's a cycle. So with the bad comes the good, and vice versa. And that's really what I see in this. So overall, maybe you've been going through a period of some bad luck, but that is really easy to see only the bad. So this spread is a reminder of the good things that have been happening. So for instance, this Ten of Swords in reverse, it looks so frightening. But in reverse, it's actually about acceptance or recovering from previous pains and previous stresses and anxieties. Thank you for following, Barbie. Um, so yeah, even though you have been feeling this bad luck, I think you're going to start to find a moment to actually release all of that, release all the anxiety and stress you've been feeling because of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the n- the Five of Coins is a similar it's a similar energy. So you're in a period of recovery. You're recovering from all of these negative and stressful energies that you've cycled into. And I think you're in the period of cycling out of it. So just remember that, as I mentioned before, with the up downs come the ups, right? So I think that's what your experience. So this Five of Pentacles, you are feeling, you're going to start to feel renewed. You're going to start to see opportunities pop up, perhaps opportunities that you thought would have come sooner. But ultimately, with this energy here, as you start to see these new things happening, you start to go through this period of recovery, you're going to start to come into an air of confidence. And you're really going to be in a position to flip this card around, flip this upright. Because once we get to that zone, and this goes so well with the collective reading I did earlier. The card was confidence is the key to success, right? So once you get this Five of Coins in reverse energy going, you start to tap into that confidence. You can really turn this around and start to come into your period of like highs, your happinesses and achievements. So just keep pushing through this reverse energy here. And remember, let yourself go through recovery and then find your period of confidence, or find your moment that you can become confident. All right, that was a great reading. Esha, why is Kate ignoring me? Let's see. I'm gonna keep with Game of Thrones here, guys. Why is Kate ignoring me? First card, we have the Lovers in reverse. Let's see what that second card is. We have the Five of Spears in reverse. Look at that color toning, all the same there. Let's see what our third card is. Why is Kate ignoring me? And Four of Spears. Okay, how interesting. So you have the Lovers in reverse, Five of Spears in reverse, and then the Four of Spears upright. Spears, just as a reminder, are what's the word? Wands in this card. Sorry, starting to hit my reading window. So I don't know if you and Kate were like friends or just like romantic or whatever, but obviously there was a connection between you guys. And this Lovers in reverse means that you guys had some period of disconnect. Obviously, you don't know what it is because you wouldn't be asking me this, but there's some conflict happening, at least coming from her end. So something that you did or whatever is the reason for this separation here. Okay. That explains the Lover's card a little bit. The Five of Spears in reverse, which is stalking this live stream, is about this is really actually solidifying the fact that she is ignoring you. And and I think that whatever this conflict is that happens, um, you know, it could have been anything. It's hard to tell, right? And that's why I always recommend people talk to each other, but she is just avoiding the whole thing, and I think just because she feels like she can find happiness somewhere else. This Four of Spears makes me think that, which again is Wands, this Four of Spears makes me think that she wants to reconcile, but nobody's making the move to do so. I don't think it is something that is long lasting. I think it's just like a moment of, especially with this Lovers card in reverse, there's just a disconnect that happened. And there's nothing like malicious in this. There's nothing cruel or anything like that. I think it just boils down to a disconnect. So you guys have to get back onto the same page, because I feel like you do have really joyful energy between you guys. This Four of Wands is also about celebration and union. So if you think that you have a way to communicate with her, I would take that step and make sure that she understands, what's going on between you guys. Because the longer the gap is, especially with this, with that Five of Swords, the longer that gap is between you guys, I wonder if it would just keep becoming more and more distant. And what I mean by that, I mean like it'll become harder and harder to bridge the gap. Um, so so yeah, just make sure you talk it through. Talk it through. Because remember, this Four of Cups or Four of Spears, sorry, is at the end of this. So you have to go through this journey first, Asha. You have to get um through this avoidance that's happening. And the thing about this card in reverse, there's also a hint of negotiation that needs to happen. So perhaps, when you go about it, make sure there is give and take in the conversation, and you guys can talk through where both of you have failed, but both of you can make changes for the better. And then that way it will end up with this lovely card here at the end. But this definitely has to happen first. This here, I should just highlight this. This you need to stop the avoidance and start the negotiations. But I wish you guys luck. I know I feel like that felt a little vague, but sometimes in instances like that, it's just a matter of talking to each other, and I think this helps understand how, like, what you guys need to talk through. All right, last but not least, and Esha, you're very welcome. Last but not least, we have Levity. Okay. Advice for making my situation with R better. I will finish off with the Prism Visions. Emily, hon, my queue is closed. Sorry. I will be here next Friday at 7, though. All right. Lovely. You just want some advice, what to do to make this situation better with R. What can Lovely do to make this situation better? Let's see what we have. One more shuffle. Whew. I knew that didn't feel right. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. Let's see what our next card is. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have a lot of earth and water energy tonight. All right. And final card is the Ten of Chalices. That is quite a journey. So we have the Four Chalices as cups in this. We have Four of Cups in reverse, Ace of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups upright. So with that Four of Cups in reverse, I think that there needs to be a moment, a period of just separation, right? So give the situation some time to process, give him some time or R some time to process um and then come back to the situation. And also, this Four of Cups in reverse has an air of being depressed about the situation. So be careful not to let that overpower the entire situation. And I know that that can be hard to do, especially when you like someone. But the reason I say that is because we have this Ace of Pentacles followed by the Ten of Cups. And so this Ace of Pentacles can easily be washed out by the energy of this Four of Cups in reverse. So that's why I was saying, give it some time. Don't let the depression or negative energy just overwhelm the entire situation. Because for the Ace of Cups, you have this aces are about new beginnings, but earth energy is about stability. So you have some new stability coming into this situation. So I think you need to, in order to confront this situation, you need to get out of this mentality, right? You need to get to a point where you can think very clearly. You have a stable mindset, right, going into it. And just understand too, pentacles are a sign of family and resources and the people around you. So you need to embrace that stability, that energy, and focus on the goal at hand, which is making the situation better with R, right? And then we have the 10 of Cups. And you need to find what it is that when you guys are together are fulfilling. So if for instance you can't figure that out, then that's a problem, right? In the relationship. So you need to figure out like what satisfies you two, what brings you guys happiness, and don't think of it as individual, think of it together. So think of the things that you can do to after you give it some time, after you get your thoughts together and you are able to process the situation clearly, think of the things that you can do to start mending the relationship. So I can see this as being the things that you guys used to enjoy together, the things that bring in not like passions, but bring in connectivity and bonds, like rebuilding those bonds. And then this can also be a sign that um, perhaps you try new things, right? So even though you have these old things, these old memories that you guys have together, perhaps this could be a sign that, like, if you guys have ever talked about wanting to do things together, perhaps this is a sign that you should go and do them. So yeah, Lovity, I think it's a process, right? It's like it's a 3-step process that's happening, right? So you need to give it time, because if you act now on any of this, it's going to come from a place of desperation or it just not of a very clear mind. So give it some time, and then once you do that, ground yourself, figure out what it is, that you need to gain clarity on in this situation. And then you can go and figure out what it is you can do to start bringing yourselves together. So this is a little vague because this is something that you have to do. This is a journey you have to do. I can't really give you all the keys because that'd be too easy. So I wish you luck though, because I don't know why I did that, because I know that can be hard when you guys just aren't on the same page. All right, guys, my queue is closed. Thank you so much for joining today. I usually do a reflection of the weekend ahead, but I'm exhausted. So I hope you guys enjoyed your 3-card readings. Let me switch back here. I hope you guys enjoyed your 3-card readings. I realized I didn't show my face much tonight, but I still enjoyed seeing and chatting with you guys. And if you did enjoy those 3-card readings, you can always tip using my tip link in the description, and I'll pull 3 cards for you. Otherwise, you can join me next Friday for 1-card pulls, and have a great weekend, guys. Bye.